Prophet Micah. Micah's prophecy foretold the birth of the Messiah within the turmoil of a besieged Jerusalem and the imminent exile of its people. However, during the darkness, Micah announced a message of hope, envisioning the coming of the Messiah who would bring peace and lead with divine strength. Despite the looming threat of the Assyrian invasion, Micah prophesied deliverance and the rise of Israel's remnant among the nations, empowered with strength and authority. Furthermore, Micah predicted victory over enemies, the eradication of idolatry, and God's vengeance upon disobedient nations. Micah starts his third and final plea to judgment by presenting them with an image of a courtroom with God as their accuser and judge. God called the people to stand up and present their case before him. God brought a list of several very serious charges against the people, not only committing crimes against each other, but against him as well. Then he asked them what injustice, unkindness, and heavy burdens he laid upon them that they would become so tired of him and turn from him. Then he describes to them how they were delivered from slavery out of Egypt, guided them to the promised land in safety, provided them with faithful leaders like Moses and Joshua, and that he had delivered them from their enemies over and over again. Yet, the people continued on their disobedient path, all the while they thought to become acceptable to him through rituals and sacrifices. But Micah brings up the point of offering animal sacrifices, giving ample amounts of money or even human sacrifices to forgive their sins and make them acceptable to God. God had repeatedly taught them how to live good and righteous lives, become acceptable to him, and walk with him daily. He truly desires from his people not merely sacrifices or offerings, but justice, mercy, and humble obedience. He warns of impending punishment for their sins, including sickness, hunger, and desolation. Despite God's warnings and appeals for repentance, the people continue in their dishonesty and idolatry, leading to their eventual downfall and disgrace. Even though God told them he would bring judgment upon them for their sins, he made them an amazing promise to Israel of salvation, and his kingdom would come. The only way that would happen was if they would turn from their sin and return to God. Their salvation would include the promises that they would arise from the fall of their nation. God would discipline them until he clarified his salvation and righteousness. They would be vindicated before their enemies, and their enemies would know it was God. They would rebuild their nation and expand their borders. They will be honored by all nations. They would be cared for by God. Micah finalizes his prophecy with God's salvation, mercy, love, faithfulness, and compassion.